Good evening. I was tempted to say good morning. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. What a lineup I have for you. But, not yet. We have to go back. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
That's funny. I've never saw that pop up before with the seconds.
It should be coming on.
Oh, I see the countdown on my laptop.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll watch it on my phone.
This is the weirdest countdown. I really wanted to have a countdown. I'm going to try it one more time. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Well, we're off to a great start.
Woo! Are we in?
I know, right?
But as you can see, we have a great lineup, but I want to get started. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Veteran folks here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. New folks coming. I really appreciate everyone's time. But I have to introduce this. Yeah, everybody give away. Tonight's show is extremely special because it really, really is. I am positive that Debbie from the How Debbie Saves channel, hi Debbie,
Hey.
and Steve, hi Steve, are in total agreement with me as I introduce my very first guest for this night. This amazing lady is very accomplished and has an inspiring attitude. She knows a ton of budgeting tips and tricks, as well as lifestyle and personal growth ideas. She balances life out as a busy single mom to her wonderful son. And in addition to that, she has an amazing YouTube channel which features weekly live streams. Yes, definitely. I am so humbled and honored to introduce to everyone Kate from the Kaden channel on YouTube. Hey, Kate, how you doing?
Thank you so much for having me tonight, Jan. I'm so happy to be here with you guys.
I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, I think we already have a bunch of commenters, so let's give a very quick hello, and then we'll get into the questions.
Hey, everyone. I see Doug, and I see True Blonde Mom, and I see Valerie, and I see Beth. I see, oh my gosh. Hi, everyone.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
This is so cool. And I'm trying to get the comments up. See you soon. Oh, okay. Let's see what's happening on this one. With a little bit of luck. Anyway, hello, everyone. Hi, Granny Prepper. With a little luck, I may be able to catch part of this. Patty, have a great evening. Hey, Patty, how you doing? Doug, it's been a very fun day up to this point, and I have a feeling it's about to get better. Whoa, we like to hear that. Hey, Doug. Doug number 2, Doug number 1. Hey, Sharon, I was thinking of you. Sharon Jackson, how you doing? Saying hello, all of us. Showgirl Michelle Bruckner. Hey, I love that name. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Doug
Michelle.
Sharon says, knock, knock. Okay, love it.
Who's
Doug is
there?
saying, who's there? Did somebody forget to pay their electric bill? Gee, I hope not, Doug. Then I'm really in deep doo-doo. I'm looking for a warm place and some coffee. Oh,
Yes.
Is it cold by you? Is it cold by you guys? Is it cold? Yeah.
It's like 30s here.
Okay. Yes, I'm still looking at your gorgeous smile, Kate. and Peggy Bell. Hi, Peggy. I'm seeing a lot of new names here. Hey,
Yeah.
Lucy, how are you? Just imagine it's not 6 a.m. I know, I'm confused myself. Beth Douglas, good evening, everyone. Nancy Lehman, hey, how are you? And Kate's responding back, which is very, very, very cool. No, it really, really is. Now, if only I could find my notes. No. Okay, I have a couple of questions. Kate, I'm like not just like saying this because I really like you, and I've been following Kate since Kate has been at about 1,000 subscribers. So this is just like my true feeling. So, but I have to ask you this, Kate, you are an inspiration to so many viewers, including me. I subscribed to your channel when you were just about hitting 1,000. Well, 18,000 subscribers later, I'm still there and I refuse to leave. I'm never leaving the channel. I'm never leaving it. Never. Just saying. What inspired you in the first place to begin, let's say, a YouTube channel, for example?
Sure. Oh, thank you, Jen. You're so sweet. I can't even take it. So
My
happy to
pleasure.
be here, everyone. What originally got me started with making a channel was back in the day when I became a single parent, I was looking for help myself. Like I really was looking for some guidance. Like how do I manage this financially? How am I gonna navigate this? And so everything was on YouTube, right? So I'm like looking for single parent advice, and there was nothing. And I was like, surely I can't be the only single parent to mother a child. Like, where are you all? Like, what's happening? And so I found this one video, and I remember it very distinctly because I watched it like 50 times. You guys have those videos that you watch over and over again because you just love them.
Mm-hmm.
In the person that did it, her channel is called Kylie Rainbow Now. But she did this video called Handling Your Finances as a Single Parent. And I was like, she put on the screen what her finances, now this is common, but back in 2014, it was not. And I was like, oh, she put out what she pays for her bills. Oh my gosh. No, she didn't. This is amazing. And I was like, wow, this is really helpful. So in 2014 is when I became a single parent. And it took a couple years, and all of a sudden I kind of got into budgeting and I started having success. And I was like, I want to be the person that's looking for this kind of information. So I wanted to be helpful to other people. So it kind of started as wanting to help single parents, but then of course evolved because anybody that wants to save money, budget, practice minimalism, and live in a happier life with like less demand for the financial things, anyone can benefit from that. So it kind of evolved over time, but I wanted to be helpful to those that were looking for what I was looking for at that point in my life.
That's amazing. And I know we didn't like formally discuss this, but if you don't mind like phrasing the definition of minimalism, how would you call it in your own words?
In my own words,
the questions, but
yeah, in minimalism for me, I mean, I feel like any day you ask me, it's a little different, but it's like,
no, okay, that's good to know that it's an evolving thing.
Totally. For me, minimalism is having what you love and need and eliminating the rest. Like, it's simply put, having what you love and what you need and eliminating the rest and letting the rest of the noise kind of fall away so that you always have what you love and what you actually need, and getting rid of the clutter and the noise of the rest.
So it is basically sort of kind of like a mental clutter that when we practice certain things that we can get rid of. Because I recall you had a video where you were showing your kitchen in such a way that reduces that feeling of being overwhelmed, if you will, and gives you more of a sense of peace.
Yeah, I call it my capsule kitchen. I feel like everyone's heard of a capsule wardrobe. So I just did that to my kitchen. So it's just like the things that I love to eat, the spoons and knives and forks, like the bowls, all the stuff that I love and need. And that's all that's in my kitchen. Plus, when I moved into my new house, my kitchen's a lot smaller. So I didn't want it, like, the worst for me is opening a cabinet and everything falling out at you, right? Or opening a drawer and you can't even see what's in there. So I just like it,
I'm just kidding.
you know, I'm very animated, as you guys know.
No, actually, Kate, I'm more of a viewer. I mean, of course, I create video content, and the people that follow me daily are used to looking at my face, whatever. But I consider myself more of a viewer than anything. There is a fly that keeps coming at my face. Goodbye, fly. Hello. Only on live. This is not a recording. Anyway. But the thing is, when I come to your show on Sunday, and I have to say it like this, there are a couple of times a week that I get like that, where it's like my time. This is like, I'm not even kidding you. I will fix my coffee or tea, and I will zone out at 10 o'clock. Would you say that you are, like, not permanently, but regularly on at 10 o'clock every single Sunday?
Right now, yes. It started off as kind of like a weekly check-in because everyone was like, you know, like, I know my favorite YouTubers. I want to have a connection with you, and I love watching their videos, but once in a while, it's so great to have this face-to-face kind of situation and kind of off the cuff and not scripted. Yeah. So I started kind of coming on more regularly, and then we started the K-Squad Book Club. So now I am committed to every Sunday at 10 a.m.
And the beauty part is that, for example, like many times I will just sit there and, just like sit there and view. But because your information, honestly, could really be converted to a podcast, in my opinion, sometimes, because the information, I could actually be doing other things at the moment if I want and listen to your valuable information. So I really regard 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Sunday, like, don't bother me. Everybody leave me alone.
I love that.
With Debbie. Thank you. I go through that with Debbie at 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights. With one thing every one of us have in common, we're all live streamers. Yeah. So, we do love the live thing. Hey, there you go. There's Tony Ann.
Yeah, most of my videos are all sit down. So, like, I have done videos just, I mean, I don't know if you, I've seen a lot of content, obviously, but like, anybody watching B-roll, what's called B-roll is when you like pan to show what you're talking about, right? It's like filming, not just the face. It's like like when I showed my kitchen, it's B-roll. It's illustrating what I'm talking about. Yeah. My subscribers don't care for that. I've done it many times. They're not having it. They don't care. They really, any video, I work so hard for B-roll, like to really illustrate it. Nobody cares. Nobody wants that. They just want me to talk. So I'm like, well,
that's really
B-roll is very limited now because I'm like, nobody cares.
I had the same comment. I had the same comment on one of that I did. It was one of the only times I've ever used B-roll, and all of a sudden someone's like, yeah, that's okay.
Isn't that funny? Because I watch other videos and I'm like, oh, look at that. They're going to want to see it. Yes. Nope.
I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, thanks. You just saved me a half hour worth of work. I appreciate it.
I'm seeing such wonderful new names here. Okay. Is everybody there? Because I heard a little funny sound there.
Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you, Ann. Oh.
Aw. Oh, I gotta talk the long run for a second. Long run. Now that I know you're officially viewing, I do videos on the fly sometimes. So today I felt like doing cheesecake, low carb. I had no clue that you would do a cheesecake upload at the same time. So I humbly apologize. I had no idea. They're probably going.
Hey guys.
Cheesecake, that sounds amazing.
I know.
Double feature, which is really, but it's so embarrassing. And you know what, Kate? Even like Debbie and I kind of struggle with this because we are so loving and careful about our fellow tubers. None of us want to trip on anyone's time. How do we, all of us, one day we have to coordinate so that, I don't want to feel like my show is tripping on anyone else's show type thing. You know, I
that's
don't know.
hard. Me,
I feel like I'm tripping on content or whatever.
I got into Friday mornings at 9 a.m. and it's like I kind of hate that is where it is, but that's where it's come because but it depends where you are in the world. Some people are home, some people, but I feel like me, I can't watch at 9 o'clock. I'm at work. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, but it's kind of like in between. Like if people are available for lunch, they could watch it if it posts in the morning, or they can watch it after work. What's your upload schedule right now, Debbie?
I do lives Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and then I download a video Saturday mornings.
On Saturday mornings. Okay. Well, so I started doing pajama drama on Tuesday nights at 7, which stinks because now at the same time. But what I do is it plays and then I go watch your channel right after.
I finish mine and then I call Jan and then I watch you.
We do. Steve, how you doing? We do we call it the after show.
Yeah.
So, hi, Peter Dell. How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, Long Run is saying hello to everybody. Patty, hey, how are you? Great to see people smiling on the wall. I love seeing Jan's amazing cheesecake today. Well, I thank you so much for that, Doug. But please head also over to the Long Run to Christie's cheesecake. True Blonde Mom. It's cold in North Carolina. Does somebody have an open microphone somewhere? Anybody? Okay. True Blonde Mom. It's cold in North Carolina, so after the dog park, I came home and made homemade hot chocolate sauce. I'm enjoying that. Ice cream. I'm going to your house, True Blonde Mom. Sorry.
I love True Blonde Mom. Hey, girl. Mom says hi.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't be one of our videos without this cat, right?
Beautiful. How are you? So cute. It's true.
He's my little sidekick for sure.
Aw, so cute. So, Kate, back to you for a second. In your opinion, is it ever too late to start or improve our savings habits?
Never, 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 never too late. Never, ever. 25, 45, 65, 90, if you're into it. Like, no, I don't think no, never, ever. And it's like when you have that realization, like, oh, if I actually track this money, I can have more of it when you realize where it's all going. And then it's like an epiphany. And at literally any age, it's never too late to get started. Never, ever.
Yeah.
That's good to know because a lot of people sometimes are down on themselves. Well, I'm already 50, No, it's never too late. And I'm truly so glad, so glad that you said that.
Definitely. I didn't even start a retirement fund until late 30s.
Thank you.
Who's that?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Peter.
Donation.
These monies are going to the Better Equipment Fund because we have a goal that we're reaching. And next week I will tell you where we're standing. Thank you so much for your kind super chat. I really do appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for that inspiration again regarding savings. Because even sometimes older folks are like, we're getting a little tired of this. But sometimes you just need that little jump start. Really, sometimes you need that little jump start. And there's that fly again from someone else. And this is why my time on Sundays is so important and valued. And like on Tuesday nights with you too, Debbie, so inspirational. I really appreciate it. And Steve and I, we get into it with the recipes and random, chatting and everything.
We're just a hot mess. We're all over the place.
I love the high buns. How cute.
Bun says hey.
There you go. I love cats. I admit I am a cat lover. I love all animals, but I have this fetish with cats. I had a bunch of cats. Well, not this time, but I had a couple of cats, intermittently. I don't have one right now. Okay, another question. It's not going to take too much longer with you. Do you have any tips for single moms and single dads who are trying to juggle crazy schedules and still kind of sort of save their sanity?
Heck yes, I do. I would say the number one thing is I tread lightly when I offer parenting advice, but nail down the morning routine and the night routine. There is nothing worse than having like a volatile morning and then have to drag your butt to work and then come home to chaos. And in my experience, or at least with my son, he responds very well to routine. Very, very well. So if you are a single parent and you've got to figure this out, you're doing everything on your own, get into a routine that they expect. My son knows exactly what we do in the morning and he does not differentiate. He's hilarious, actually. Like, and at night too. We have like a certain thing we do every single night. He knows it's coming. We don't ever get into little tiffs, because I know parents are like, you know, kids throwing themselves on the floor and trying to get their shoes on. Kaden would never do that now. He knows, and I don't have to fight about it. So if you start them young, getting into routine, like we have breakfast, then we brush our teeth, then we get our clothes on, then you do it every day the same way. It's going to make your life so much smoother.
Yeah. It will.
Right? Like it's just, and they know it's coming and they don't argue. He doesn't, he knows, and he likes it. I think kids like it too, because it's predictable.
They do.
The second thing. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Second thing, go ahead.
Oh, the second thing is to budget. As a single parent, it's very overwhelming. Single momming or single dadding is hard. Yeah. And things that you can do to eliminate your stress, and one of the big things is obviously financial stress. If you can get a budget that is working for you, so you don't have to at least stress about that, it is going to be life-changing. And it has truly changed my life by budgeting. 100%.
As evidence in your video upload from just like 20 something hours ago, how you managed to save $30,000, you know, even as a single mom. So this is the video we gotta head over to, everyone.
I hope if a single parent's watching it and they see that, they know they can do it too. Because if I can do it, anyone can do it with the right steps. So I hope that if a single parent is frustrated or overwhelmed, they watch that video and they go, oh, okay, I can do this.
There you go. And you know, I was a single mom. I was first married. That didn't work out. I was a single mom when I was teaching. So just imagine like 42 students a day that I'd get home and then of course we'd do the single mom kind of stuff. But I so agree with you. Consistency is the answer. And you want to know something? Kids like routine. Yes. Don't fall for any malarkey. Kids actually need it. They actually like it. I know your mom's a teacher, right, Kate?
Yeah, my mom's she's retired now, but she was, yes.
Oh, how cool is that?
And elementary school, because she's had to help with remote learning because, anyway, so thank God I'm a teacher.
That's another show.
And I'll be on that one.
Right? Oh, I saw in the comments, Tammy said, Kate, any tips for saving for a home as a single mom? Tammy Nicole, I don't know if you watched my video from Friday, but that is a definite, like a roadmap to get there. Please watch that video. I think it'll be really helpful.
It's really good. And I see True Blonde Mom says, I'm almost 55. Lucky you. I beat you by 7 years. That's all right. No one ever taught me how to budget. And I think most people agree. We have to learn this through the many mistakes we make in life. So thankfully for you too, because it keeps me inspired. I love this platform. I am not just saying it. This platform affords people the opportunity to express themselves. And it's just a wonderful place to be a creator. And as a consumer, as a viewer, how many times I didn't understand something? Oh, I'll look it up on YouTube. The answer was 99% of the time there. So I so agree with you, True Blonde Mom. You got a great point. There you go. Debbie, at one point, Debbie, were you ever a single mom at one point?
Yes.
Or were you always?
Yes, that's why I've been nodding this whole time Kate's talking. Absolutely. Absolutely. One thing that I love to add to that, I mean, routine, absolutely. 100% I agree, Kate. One thing I like to add to that is the power of no. Like when sometimes, like being a single parent, I'm sure you'll agree, like you feel a little guilty, you know, that you can't afford or, you know, can't have that extra $1 or $2 to buy them whatever they want. But I'm like, the power of no. They knew that it was not on the budget, that I couldn't afford it, and that was that. and also putting up the meals. I always put up like what I'm making, not what I'm making every single day, but what I'm making for the week. So I don't have to hear what's for dinner, Mom. Like it was like day routine, night routine, meals on the board, and the power of now.
Bam.
I think it goes so far being a single parent. Absolutely.
Am I looking at you bamming in live real time? Like on the, I love it. I live for this moment. I'm not even kidding you. I am not kidding you. I love it. Oh, Lisa Miller. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Lisa says, Kate, you're so right about the routine. My grandson is special needs, and we have him on a schedule, especially he needs a time when we have to do things. God bless single parents. Yes, I definitely salute every single parent because it's unique. It's a unique position.
Yeah.
Doug has a comment. I was just wondering because of my last comment got deleted. How could deleted? No, I never delete any of your comments. No, not me. Not I, said the cat. All right, so getting back to this for a second. Kate, I hope you don't mind me asking you this question, but have you ever considered, because you have a plethora of knowledge, and I'm not just saying it because it's a fact, but have you ever considered like writing an ebook or consider starting a podcast, for example?
Yes. Okay. So the true reason I have not started a podcast yet is because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
That's right. You're in good company.
Okay. So there's this app called Anchor, and I was researching how to get that started. And then it was like, I don't know how to, I don't know. And in my time, obviously, I went from originally just doing one video per week, which is on Fridays. And now I do Pajama Drama on Tuesday nights, Frugal Friday mornings, and K-Squad Sundays. So now I've got 3 videos that I am committed to each week right now. So I'm like, okay, when am I going to do a podcast? Like the timing.
No. Your videos, honey, can be actually converted to podcasts.
Okay, so that I heard that.
Yeah.
How do I do it?
That's something that I'm in the process of learning, because I myself want to do podcasts. My background is actually radio back in the old days. So
that does not surprise me. Your voice is amazing. I love it. I can listen to you all day, and I do.
Everyone sitting here is the same. Everyone sitting here is the same. So I said, you know what? Let's just jump into modern times, Janet. You're doing YouTube. May as well take some of that stuff. And the platform that we're on, actually the app that we're using, which is not really an app, it's a cloud-based thing. But with this one, we can actually extract our stuff, download it, and send it. So I'm just
what program is it?
With StreamYard. You can download your stuff to your computer and eventually just send that as a podcast. I know we're speaking technically, but you know what? How about you, Debbie? Would you encourage anybody here? Steve, would you encourage any of you have an answer for this? Encourage anyone to consider doing YouTube if they're feeling like creative at this point? Is it too late to start YouTube? Is it overly saturated or what?
No.
What do you think?
I do. Yeah.
No.
Everyone's going to start.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Take the plunge.
There are even like budget channels. Like I was talking to Rochelle off the live I did on Tuesday, and we're talking about like different budget styles. How like some people budget for the month, some people budget for the paychecks. Like there's actually YouTube channels that are dedicated to like a couple that budget separately. Like they keep their money separate, so they budget separately. And I never knew that there was a genre for that. And there's also people that budget for the year. Like you can find everything on YouTube. Like I don't think there's ever like a time that it's ever going to be like oversaturated. I think if you have a unique perspective on something, I'm like, it'll take off.
I totally agree. It depends on where people are in life and who they hear it from.
Yep.
That makes the difference. Like they're again, like for me, there was a lot of people talking about budgeting, but not a single mom talking about budgeting. And I was looking for that, even though I could still extract a lot from other people. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be a single mom to listen to me. You know what I mean? But like, exactly. It's where you are in life, who you hear it from, and how they deliver it. And every single person has their own vibe that people respond to or don't.
So true. Patty says, no, excuse me, before I get to Patty, showgirl Michelle Bruckner says, I can help you. Do you mean in
thank
reference
you.
to podcasting? Yeah, that's
Sho-
good.
She has her podcast that she just started not too long ago. So yeah, I got to get tips from her.
Oh wow.
Oh, I gotta check that out. Thank you. Thank you very much. Steve, would you be interested in podcasting? You have an excellent voice.
Yeah, I would be willing to do the podcast. Honestly, though, I mean, I haven't done any research on it, but it makes me wonder what exactly is a podcast versus, say, going live. I mean, you're still interacting, with the people. So,
well, I think it's more technically like the equipment that you're using. For example, let's say someone wonderful like Roberto Blake, which hopefully everybody here, I'm sure, is familiar with Roberto Blake. He works with StreamYard too. He does, the other version, the paid for version. And but you see, of course, his setup with his microphone and his other equipment that's necessary for sound effects, switching different camera angles, whatever. I mean, it can be complicated, but I'm telling you, that is definitely a road I'd like to definitely continue doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to change that. But also taking all of my previous work and being able to send it off is a good thing. So why not, Patty says, I put meals on the board so my husband wouldn't ask me what's for dinner, Patty. I love that.
That's a good one.
I'm sorry, I'm tapping on your comments, and normally you see them, but maybe because we have a few split screen, they're not appearing as much. I'm sorry about that. Hi, Vida. Kate says, that is so cute.
She is great. I love Vida.
Oh yeah.
I love Vida too. I definitely have to shout her out officially on my channel. The Long Run with Joel and Christy, they're going to be on my show in a couple of weeks. Joel is going to be starting a podcast soon.
Oh wow.
But he's still learning. Please let us know when we're there. We are absolutely there. So, Kate, another question. Kate, tell me about a time perhaps in your earlier days as a YouTuber, content creator, as well as a live streamer, that you may have wanted to possibly give up on the journey. Did you ever face that, or maybe never at all?
1,000,001 times. So it's okay. In general, because of the family and community we've grown, I usually have good comments, but once in a while you get a troll that will just come in and say something so mean, and you're like, what? Like, oh my gosh. Oh, I remember actually my first mean comment. It was like when I first started, and someone just came on and said, "You are so ugly."
Wow.
It's so not great. Maybe wearing, I don't know, blinders or something. How could they say something? Not to make
okay, like like that's not very nice.
Said to me, I had someone that commented something one time, and I said to my husband, I'm like, I don't let things bother me, so I kind of laughed it off. And he goes, hey, he's like, you made it. He's like, I think in YouTube, you don't make it. You're not considered making it until you like have your first troll.
Yeah.
I'm like, badge of honor.
So we'll take that with a badge of honor. And what I do, honestly, if someone's just outright nasty, I block you from my channel.
And that's it.
Bye.
They
Bye,
want a
troll.
response. They want a
Absolutely.
response, so then you can start the whole thing and give them attention. No.
I don't give anybody with that kind of energy attention, so they're gone.
yeah.
And then
you're not into it. That's good.
Another time that was frustrating was, okay, guys, none of you have done Vlogmas yet, right?
No.
Don't do it.
Okay. All right.
Well, what is that? Forgive me. I'm like a little ignorant. What is this one?
So Vlogmas, the month of December, a lot of YouTubers decide to do Vlogmas. It means they upload a video every single day. Okay. So of December, leading up to Christmas.
Yeah.
So there's 25 videos, right? That if you're doing it, and everyone has their own version of it, but that's normally what it is. What happened was my channel was in a nice rhythm, budgeting, frugal living. Vlogmas, I was really letting people into my personal life, you were meeting my mom, you met my brother, you learned my Christmas traditions. There was like a lot of stuff, whatever. The algorithm did not know what to do. So it was like, they weren't pushing my, because if I'm doing financial stuff and minimalism stuff, and then I'm showing you meeting Santa, my audience is like, wait a minute, what is this? And YouTube didn't know where to throw it. So my view, it did not, some people like Vlogmas really gets them a lot more revenue and a lot more views.
Thank you for that.
My diehards were there for me.
Yeah.
But in general, that's not what my audience wanted to see. And it screwed up my algorithm so bad. Literally the whole year of 2019, 20, this whole past year was getting back into the rhythm. It was not a good thing for me.
Yeah.
Wow. I thank you for sharing that. Go ahead, Deb.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you. I've heard that like if you have like a niche, can't say that word, channel, that Vlogmas can actually work against you, because like Kate just said, like they don't know what to do with your videos. They don't push it out to the right people. Next thing you know, your videos that are on suggested for people that do vlogs and blog their life, and not on your actual subscribers. So although your subscribers are getting notifications, like your stuff doesn't pop up on their main screen. But if you have a regular blogging channel that's not niche down, then supposedly Vlogmas like will like blow up your channel. That's what I heard.
It was not a good thing for a small niche channel. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
If you're a big channel,
that valued information, I'll stick to my hello again, everyone. That's about it.
Yeah, I heard DIYers. I heard that the DIY channels, those blew up because they can do like DIYs for Christmas the whole time. So they're still like in their niche, but it's all about Christmas. So I heard that they're the ones that did the best. But anyone like us, like I've heard it doesn't work well.
If I would have done 25,
I wish I did.
If I would have done 25 videos about finances, then it might have worked.
It would have worked better. Yeah.
Who's going to do that?
But
I don't know.
Like on January 1st, and you're like, what do I talk about? Like,
totally.
And your content for a little while.
And another thing, Jan, thing that my revenue is not everything in this life to me, but it is very helpful as a single parent, obviously, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
My revenue went, my revenue ranges. It could be usually between like maybe 500, and on in like 2019, my highest was like 1,500. So that was like blowing my mind, right? In April of 2020, my revenue, just think about what I just said, was $150.
Wow.
And I was like,
zero there.
Ow. It was like after Vlogmas, and then what happened in the world, like all the advertising went down. It was just,
that's it. No, you're right. It all depends. It varies on the circumstances of the day, you know. So, well, yeah.
But frustrating when you're working so hard to put out valuable content, and then that, and you're like, okay.
Thank you for teaching me about B-roll. The only roll I knew about was mid-roll, when you tag an ad somewhere. I didn't know about B-roll. Oh my gosh, we're going to switch gears for a second. Deb, thank you so much, Kate. Of course, jump in anytime, Kate. This like informal chat, just jump in anytime. And the same goes for everybody, okay? Debbie, your channel is about helping viewers to save money, meal planning, grocery hauls, and other money-related issues.
Yeah.
On your live show, which is every Tuesday at 7 p.m., just saying.
Thank you.
A couple of weeks back, you mentioned how you and your husband had consumer debt in the past. You are now debt-free, consumer debt-free.
Yes.
How much debt did you dig your way out of? And what kind of hope can you offer anyone watching that wants to become consumer debt-free?
Okay. So I get a lot of questions about this, because I touch on debt, obviously doing like a money saving channel and a frugality channel. Like I get a lot of questions about debt. So people ask me like, where did it come from? Like, how can I be debt free, but I still use credit cards and things like that? So I keep getting all these questions, and So what happened was I was in my previous relationship that I have my 2 older kids. When I got out of that relationship, I had debt because he liked the finer things in life, and I thought I was the saver, you know, the one without the budget, Kate. Like that was me. So I had debt when I left, and then I went into survival mode because now I'm left in a house that's too expensive. I can't keep bills that I can't keep up with. I'm on one income, and I have to be smiling the whole time I'm dealing with, you know, my kids, because obviously they're going through enough, you know. So so that's where the original debt came from. And then I had to unfortunately add to that because I was in survival mode trying to put the groceries and everything I could on my credit cards. So once I got my footing and I got out of paying, I was even in payment plans with my utilities. So my utility, I remember it was one winter, they came knocking on the door and they said, like, I'm going to shut off your heat. And I was like, no, like, and I had called everyone. I had explained it to everyone what we were going through. And I had to get on payment plans with everyone. Like the hole that I was in was immense. And so I honestly, I buckled down and I did everything I could. You know, I started selling what I could. I started doing overtime at work. And that was all, again, without a budget because I was in survival mode. Like that's what I call before being on a budget. If you ever lose your job or you have circumstances like that, you know. So I buckled down and we got out of that house because I couldn't afford it. You know, it was one of those, it was a house that I would never pick for myself. You know, when you're in a relationship, sometimes you take the back seat and you don't have the voice that you have after you're out of it. It's nodding along. Like, just silent.
I remember that.
I'm like, amen
That's
to that.
why it's not around.
So oh my gosh. The day I got out
I
of that
have
house,
a voice.
Oh, please, my voice is loud now. My voice is loud now. I'm a different person altogether. But
That's right.
So I had to get out of that debt that I was in. I had to buckle down. We got out of that house. You know, started little by little making more money. Then started paying off the utilities to just get back to zero. You know, that's the biggest thing. When you're that much in the hole, you have to get back to zero. So then once I got back to zero, that's when, you know, things started looking better at my job and everywhere else. I started making just minimum payments. And that's when I met my now husband, who is magnificent. So he married a woman with 2 little kids and a whole bucket load of debt. Like, talk about like a good guy, right?
That sounds like true romance.
Oh,
The week before Valentine's Day, no less. I have to get to this comment, please. Living in the Moment says, I would not be good at Vlogmas because I have enough trouble coming up with good content for my regular videos. Living in the Moment just began her channel like not that long ago. And one of my missions is to have like a channel that's like under like 500 subs. I'd love to interview. She's just having trouble coming up with good content for my regular videos. Doing it every day would stress me out big time. If it stresses you out, that's definitely the time to step back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does everybody here agree with that as video content creators?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to come up with plan B.
Yep. Yep.
Plan B is like just like walk away from it for a little while, and then when you're ready with your content, there's always content. As long as we're breathing, there's always content. Life with Granny T. Hello, Doug, and they are gone. No, we're here. Oh, the sparrows. I'm sorry. There's an interaction going on. Okay, great. So, Debbie, by the way, congratulations on yanking yourself out of that.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So to answer your question, my total once I started actually like looking at our budget, and my husband tackled me down with that spreadsheet of his, like he's like you got it. We got to sit down. We got to do this. And so once we did and we looked at everything, we were $48,000 in debt that I brought into this relationship, added on to 2 car payments that we had to make. So $48,000, we tackled it in 2 years. We got debt free in 2 years. It was a hard 2 years. It was a hard 2 years, but we were like, we don't want to just wanted to really get rid of it. You know, we wanted to be able to change our lives. And so we really buckled down. We didn't do much. Like we didn't go places and things like that. Like, you know, meal plan. I meal planned the meal plan. Like, I like leftovers, like revamped 10,000 ways. And that's what made me want to start my channel, because I'm like, if I could do it, being a single parent, you know, live in a house I ended up having to get out of anyway. Like, we lost a lot, and so being able to get back to where we are now, and then now being debt free, that's why I started my channel. So $48,000 is to answer your question, Jan.
Wow.
Oh, thank you so much. And that is not a tiny amount of money, in my honest opinion.
Oh,
That was a lot of soul searching, right?
That was a
Right?
mountain.
I'm so proud of everyone here. Really, I'm so proud of you, Debbie. That took a lot of intestinal fortitude. And congratulations, Kate, on getting a new house. I mean,
Thank you.
I love your blue couch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, new house. All right. Okay. Well, wait a minute. I'm sorry, Debbie. Name a few meal planning tips.
I mean, the first thing is like meal planning starts with, you know, taking inventory of your fridge, your freezer, and your pantry, and seeing how many meals you can make from that alone. Because you'd be surprised. And when I say inventory, like, a lot of comments that I get is like, oh, well, I don't have like 2 hours on Saturday. You're like, no, like, I do it in 20 minutes. You're looking through it quickly because you're the one that's cooking. So you're the one that knows what ingredients you have to make certain meals. You know, it's not like if my husband were to write a meal plan and try to do the inventory, he'd be there all day because he doesn't cook. Like, I do the cooking.
Oh.
He doesn't. So he does a lot of things, but cooking is not one of them. So meal planning for me, like, I can look through everything, and in 20 minutes I can come up with a few meals that I might need like one ingredient for, but I have everything else ready. So then that one ingredient goes on my shopping list. And then, like, let's say you're going to do a meal plan for the week, you know, if single parents or family, or you're by yourself, whatever it is, like, let's say you have enough to make 4 meals or 3 meals for the week. Well, then now, you know, if you're going to go grocery shopping once a week, you have an additional 2 to 3, 3 to 4 meals to make. So then what I do is I look at the circular for the supermarket and see what's on sale. And based on what's on sale and what you have on hand, then that item gets added to your shopping list. And that's how you save so much money on your groceries, because you're able to shop for little and make a whole week worth of meals. And then, of course,
Does anybody know like a theme that keeps going on? It's when you like look at it, like, right, Kate, and everyone, when you stare at your budget, when you face it, when you stare in your refrigerator, when you need it, right, facing it.
Absolutely.
It's really not that hard. It actually makes life easier to take those few minutes, in my opinion. I really believe that.
Yeah.
That's great, Debbie. So you don't write down like Monday I'm going to eat pork chops, Tuesday. I mean, not that if it works for the person that does that, kudos.
Yeah,
but you're not like stuck with it. Like, you're not stuck with it.
Because with kids especially, like, things come up. You know, like, all of a sudden, like, a doctor's appointment will come up, or, you know, like, or anything at all. Like, I got to take one here. I got to do this with the other one. And I can't plan to be in the kitchen for 45 minutes to a half hour if I have 15 minutes, you know? So I don't do that. Like, I plan the meals for the week, and I plan some quick meals too, because based on like our schedule, I don't want to have to then be like, oh wow, I've got this food, but I don't have the time. I'm going to order a pizza. Like, no, I've got things on hand. Like tonight, we're making tacos. It's something I can do in 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Not this meal I made last night that I actually had the nerve to make a 3-minute video on. I was eating it. I said, I got to film this. Does anybody find himself wanting to film things every time you eat a meal or scratch your head?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got the urge to do that.
Right, Steve? But it worked out, Debbie and everyone, because it was basically chunky soup, whatever flavor you want, and you incorporate broken ramen noodles, half of it, and just cook it, and then just heat up and you're done, just like that. And I made the video. I got a lot of response on it. It was amazing. Okay, so Lisa says, wow, Debbie, that's so fantastic on getting your debt down that quickly.
Thank you, Lisa.
Doug says, God bless you, Debbie. I'm glad it worked out for you. Living in the moment.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
I'm invested to eat a lot of leftovers. Yeah, well, you know, yeah. Ask Pammy 365. Before I go grocery shopping, I go on my supermarket's website to see if I earn any points for free. That's a good one. Or discounted items. Thank you. That's cool. We learned so much from each other. It's amazing.
I never knew the supermarkets gave you points. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It does?
Yep.
Cool.
Really?
Well, it's like it's like a rewards that like stores up.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just said it in a video recently. It saved up a $6 like accumulation. So $6 came off my bill. You thought I won the lottery. I was like,
Oh,
$6.
I love it. I mean, put it this way: if a person makes $12 an hour at a job, for example, that's a half hour's time. Just saying.
Exactly.
I love it. True One Mom, I've started doing 2-item meals. Very cool. No one has
Nice.
complained, and everyone is full. You don't need a 5-course meal. No, you don't.
No, you
Every
don't.
I
night.
totally
simple
agree with that.
High five on that one. Absolutely.
Yeah, me
Well,
too.
Boom, True Blonde
Right?
Mom.
There you go. Debbie, and then we'll go on to Steve.
Yeah.
Debbie, define in your own words the importance of having good credit. Anyone could jump in on that. Would you like to take that one, Debbie?
I think good credit is a great thing to have and a great thing to work up to. When I was where I just described before, my credit was horrible. My credit was horrible because I was depending so much on credit. So I mean, I can do a whole show on credit cards. I know Steve's nodding along. Him and I talk credit cards all the time.
We do.
But it's like the more credit you use, the less credit you have available, your credit score goes down. See, there he goes. He's nodding.
Yes,
But-
yes. Right.
So
Well,
I do believe it's so important because, like, for example, I have 2 teenagers and they're going to want to go to college in a little bit. And I have a 529 plan for each one of them that we put money into. But I don't know the price of school or what they're going to get or anything else. And if I need to take out a loan, which hopefully I don't, knock on wood, to help them out in school, like, I'm not going to turn my back on the kids. So a credit score, I do believe, is very important. I had subscribers on my last view when I mentioned credit score. They started telling me that you need a good credit score for auto insurance, which that was new to me. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
and to get a job, of which I am opposed to that one. I don't mind everything else, but when your credit score determines if you can get a job, I don't think that's fair.
I don't think that's
right? Because if you're qualified with the skill, so what if you had a bad year the year before? I mean, to me, that should be abolished in my
Absolutely.
opinion.
But like if you're renting an apartment, you need a credit score for that. If
different.
a car breaks down and you need a lease, to lease a car or finance a car, or you just need a rental car for a week just to get to work in case there's an accident, they won't give it to you if you don't have good credit or you have credit cards.
Yeah.
So I think a credit score does definitely come in handy. I really do.
Absolutely.
And like with Granny T, Steve came up with the question. We've got to address that. So I'm going to repeat it. Thank you for being here, Life with Granny T, and everyone, of course. Steve or anyone, I have one credit card that charges me a huge fee yearly. If I cancel that card, is it going to affect my credit score? And she needs to cancel. So Steve's going to take that. You too, Debbie?
I have a great
first.
Do you mind, Steve? I have a great suggestion because it just happened to me. I was writing out the bills and I see that one of my credit cards all of a sudden had a yearly fee on it that I know it never had before. I called them up and I told them, I said, I think there was a mistake. And they said, no, that's the kind of card you have. I knew that they were wrong. But I was just really extra nice to that representative. Like I am anytime I call on any of the bills, really kiss up because these people get yelled at all day long. And then she just because I was extra nice to her, she changed the type of card that I had to a no yearly fee.
I knew it. I knew it. Because I
knew you do it.
What
Sorry,
it was.
I'm gonna take your question. Go ahead.
Yeah, because what it was is Janet and I had been talking about this the last couple of 3 days, and you pretty much filled in the blank for me. What I was going to have her do, call the credit card company, say, well, this has an annual fee. Is there any way you can move me to a different card? No annual fee where I don't have to reapply.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure, well, you pretty much said everything, but that would be what I would do, is to have them go put her on a different card altogether, maybe an upgrade. It might be to her benefit.
My best friend got it. Yeah, my best friend got it where it was a yearly fee, and when I told her what I did, they said, okay, then we'll move you to a type of card that just has a $3 a month monthly fee. It actually ends up saving her like $50 doing it that way.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Kate, were you ever in a situation like we just wanted to get rid of a credit card and like what Life with Granny T was in?
I've never had a credit card with an annual fee on it, so I'm unfamiliar with that. That would enrage me.
Yeah.
I didn't either until I got that bill, and I was like,
Yeah, thank you so much, credit card company. We really appreciate that. Right.
yeah.
Beth is saying hello again to Buns. Hello, Buns.
Oh,
This is
purr.
perfect. Steve, Steve, you have, before we go on to that quick food question with you, and then we'll wrap it soon. But Dave, just wanted to ask you, what was that mathematical formula that you had when it comes to paying down a credit card debt? It's actually a good formula that's very helpful.
Actually, Debbie may actually know this one as well. If ever, it may not always be an exact amount, but I promise you it's going to be within $1 or 80 cents of what it actually is. If you want to know how much interest they're going to charge you on a balance, you take your interest rate, like on one of my cards that I just made 4 times the minimum today.
Nice.
You take 5.99, you divide it by 365. That's going to give you a daily periodic rate. It's like 0.032. It's a number this long. Then you go times the amount of money that it is, 1,000, 2,500, and then go times 30 days. And it's going to tell you how much interest, roughly, give or take, that they're going to charge you. And I had to learn that formula a long time ago from the credit cards. I said, is there any way you guys can tell me what you do to calculate interest?
They don't do that.
Good question.
But somehow this particular agent slip of the tongue told me.
Nice.
So you got insider information pretty much, right, Steve?
Yeah.
I love insider information.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. So cool. You got to continue your book club thing tomorrow, correct, Kate?
Oh yeah, baby. This is the book. I got my Post-its already in progress.
Your money.
Well, you told us to post a Christmas tree last week. I was hysterical.
That one was insane. Yeah, we're talking about this at 10 a.m. tomorrow if anyone wants to join us.
Okay.
Chapters 1 and 2.
Definitely. Let me just see. Okay. Any more comments? And Steve, while I'm checking the comments, what's your trick with hard-boiled eggs? How do you know when they're done?
Oh, what you do is when you take your eggs and you put them in a little pot or little saucepan, you fill it up with water. Here's the secret that helps you peel the egg easier. Put salt in it as it's cooking. And another way to tell when an egg is done is if you get a spoon and pull the egg out. If the egg starts to dry, it's a for sure sign that the egg is cooked. Or if you're able to put it on a countertop and spin it, if it constantly spins, it's done. What I do then is What I do then is put it back in the little saucepan, pour the hot water out, fill it up with cold water, and let it sit about 3 to 5 minutes. And then I pour the water, and then I kind of shake the little saucepan to where the eggs will naturally bake. And then I just start peeling it. Of course, you want to get under that little membrane that's under there on the hard-boiled egg.
Yeah, it helps become
but it does simplify peeling an egg.
Debbie, what's your topic? Oh, I'm sorry I interrupted that. Sorry. What were you saying?
I'm listening to everything. Just like every time Steve talks about credit cards, like I learned something. I'm making deviled eggs tomorrow for the Super Bowl. So
right, tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday. How cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah. So I'm using it.
I totally forgot that's tomorrow.
Yeah, Debbie, what's your topic on Tuesday's coming up show?
I wanted to talk about money mindset, like just by getting your mind right about money, like how it can change your life.
That is very true. Didn't that come up in the book club last a few times in Atomic Habits, Kate? About getting a mindset when it comes to certain actions with the Atomic Habits?
Definitely. I mean, I think money mindset is it's crucial in getting your head right with stuff. And actually, I feel like this book is starting, it's like, it's kind of showing you how to see the time you put into your work differently than just, you know, the fact like you think, oh, I gotta work. It's kind of breaking down what it costs to work also. It's making the wheels turn for me a little bit.
Yeah.
This is why every channel, even though every one of us, we do live streaming, every one of us that you know, are tubers, they call them tubers for short. We all have something to say and all in a different manner. And it's just so absolutely wonderful. Steve, before we go, True Blonde Mom says, is asking you a question. Can you repeat that, Steve? I'm not quite sure of what. The hard-boiled egg or the
I think it was the equation. I think she was looking for the equation.
The equation? Oh, yeah. Well, all you do is you look and see what your APR for purchases is on your card. You take that and divide it by 365, you're going to get the daily periodic rate. Then you're going to go times whatever amount you owe times a 30-day cycle roughly. And move it. Sometimes you might have to move the decimal point over, sometimes you don't. And then it'll just, you know, it'll just tell you. For example, if I may, if it's not too much, like on one of my credit cards that I have, I'll go through it step by step. That way, you know, I'll show a visual. So you go 5.99 divided by 365. If you look, you get a daily periodic rate, the 0.0164. Anyway, then you go times. Okay, I'm going to owe what, about 1840 left on that other card, and then you go times 30. Move the decimal point over. $9 and roughly $9.06 is what they're going to charge me for next month.
Steve, on your next coffee chat thingy show, you might consider that subject matter in the, you know, not next one, but in the future, since okay. I think there seems to be a lot of questions regarding credit cards. Well, listen, I want to thank every single one of you for being here. Thank you so much, my wonderful guest. Thank you, Kate. I'm so humble and honored. Thank you, Debbie. I'm so humble and honored. Steve, we practically hang out so much, but I'm still humble and honored.
Yeah, I know, right?
We met years ago in a music group, and just a little backstory. And the rest is history. We've been like amazing friends forever. All of you sweet folks are in the age group that my students were. I taught in the 80s and the early 90s. And Steve is 46. You guys were in like 40s, mid 40s, whatever. You kids would have been my students. So if I call you kids, don't blame me. I'm sorry. Just saying. And you all get an A. There you go.
Whoa.
Yay! It was a joy to watch you all tonight. You each have a wonderful message. Thank you all. No, actually, thank you all. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Live in the moment. I can't say it enough. If I miss you, you know I love you. You know we all love you. Please head on over tomorrow to the Kaden's channel, 10 o'clock live. Please head on over to the How Debbie Saves channel, 7 p.m. on Tuesday night. And Steve Young, you're having a random chat with me possibly tomorrow, but not totally 100%. Correct?
Yeah, I'm at about an 80% sure of doing it.
Okay.
You know what, Janet, you and I mean, we're like glove and mitten. We just
absolutely, it's incredible. It's incredible.
I thought he was going to say
confidence. Great job. What? Okay.
I thought he was going to say peanut butter and jelly. I don't know why.
Oh no, that's good. Yeah,
that was Money Mom said that for her and you know, her wonderful husband. And what I love, you know what, we all. Hi, Money Mom, in case you're watching.
I love Money Mom. Hi, Money Mom.
Money Mom helped launch me. Everybody knows that story already. Debbie, I trying to remember how I heard of. No, I found you. I discovered you. You came up, and that's how I saw you that wonderful day in your car video. And Kate, Money Mom shouted you out, and this was right around maybe when you were at 9 something, whatever. And I said, I was glued to your channel. I'm still glued. I'm glued to everyone's channel. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to seeing everybody again when? real soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care. Here's a kiss
Bye.
for all of you.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.
Bye.